Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where I've made a few tweaks here to our setup in our economy. And specifically what I've done is I've turned our army maintenance down, but then turned it back up by 1 tick, so we're now only reinforcing 39 troops per month. That saves us a decent amount of money, and we don't have to pay for those troops for quite as long. So that's absolutely great. I've also cut our rooting out of corruption for right now. It is going down by default. The real question is, do we want to continue having this amount of income? And the answer to that is, maybe. We might want to spend it on rooting out corruption. That might be a good thing to spend it on. We also have the ability to spend it currently on mosques, which are great, don't get me wrong. We're below the efficiency threshold. Now, you can definitely make the argument that some income is better than no income. And that's true when we don't have other things to spend it on. The real question is, do we feel we're better off spending it on these less efficient mosques, or do we feel like we're better off spending it on reducing our corruption? Well, corruption increases our power cost by 23.5% with our current corruption. That is pretty significant, to be honest. Minimum autonomy, that is slightly painful. That is 11.75 for our minimum autonomy. So if we look at, say, not our capital, but something like this, which is virtually at the minimum. So if we look at that, and I think it is at the minimum, it's just rounded. So if we look at that, we can see minus 5.8% trade power. So that's half of the autonomy reduction in trade power. In production, taxes, manpower, like everything. We definitely want that autonomy to come down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one temple here. That's only 0.1 off, but I'm not going to build any more of these. And now we're going to balance our economy at least until our next admin tech. We're going to balance our economy around having as little corruption as possible. So how much would it cost us overall to fully root out corruption? Minus 2.97. So that's not really an option. I want to be making some amount of money. It doesn't need to be a lot. Maybe like half a ducat is what we would target here. Yeah. I want to make at least half a ducat per month. So we're going to have to continue to adjust that, right? That's okay, though. And we're going to tick forward for the moment, but I do want to check in. What is our aggressive expansion up here? 1. 1. 1 aggressive expansion. None up here. Fascinating. With Timurids, it is 32. So we didn't actually get aggressive expansion from this land that we got. Good to know. That is very, very, very good to know. Hypothetically, and this is a bad idea right now, I think. If we were to attack Uzbek, I want to just look at these numbers. Yeah, this is definitely a bad... Hello, console. This is definitely a bad idea. Chagatai over here. If we were to attack them, it's a slightly worse idea, actually. This is not great either. What we want to do is attack someone like Afghanistan, if we're going to attack anyone. We might be better off... let's see here. Sistan is allied with the Mamluks. That's interesting. We might be better off to attack actually Timurids, but we are truced at this point. 23k. Okay, noted. Khorasan, of course, 23k. That's noted. I'm just doing a little bit of shopping here, right? So Afghanistan is, I think, our best bet if we were going to attack anyone. Fars and Ajam are at 13 and 47 reasons. Interesting. We might be able to get Fars out of that. Simply, we are allied with them, simply by improving relation here. Okay. We'll see about that for now. 10 towards legalism? Yes, please, because that is a good way to reduce our corruption. We're not quite at the point where we can enforce faithful adherence just yet. We're getting there. Cool. Checking in on our estates, things are okay. We're going to need to wait for the Dhimmi to increase their opinion of us for a while. Uzbek declared war on Oirat. Okay. They've done this before. I don't know if they won that war or not. We got embroiled in the Timurids War. So that's definitely very interesting. As a hypothetical, Kazan and Chagatai would join. If we called in Nogai, we would not really be that much of a match. We're going to keep an eye on this situation. Our manpower is building up, and we're reducing our corruption by 0.64 annually now. So that's reasonably good. We can, at this point, set an agenda. And when can we do this? 1478, 2 years. Okay. We're going to do this. What's the proposal of the Dhimmi? They want us to fire our treasurer. Who do we have available as options? They're not great. Okay, what else is in here? Maimana base tax. I would rather keep our admin power for technology right now. Have prestige of at least 30. That's not happening anytime soon. Have at least 534.7 gold. I don't want to fire this guy, but we'll do it. We'll see what we get when we get our advisor regeneration here. What's the available advisor? National unrest -2. That's interesting. We can definitely afford to employ this guy. National unrest -2 is probably not great. We were better off before with our previous advisor here, but he'll do. I want to just have the monthly admin power, right? That is important for us here. We're about to get Miltech 6, and we are currently ahead of time in technology, so that is good to know. So if we attack anyone, it will be Afghanistan. Ajam would not currently join right now. So it would just be Fars and Afghanistan. Let's move into position here. I'm also going to invert our army maintenance here. Okay, -20. Noted. So I want to at least be reinforcing this much. Now, to be clear, a lot of that is just reinforcing our standing army, right? So that's going to take a little bit. We're reinforcing about 1,000 per month. We need about 8,000, so it's going to be almost... Actually, it's going to be exactly 10 months until this is good to go. We are taking attrition down over here, which is not ideal. We'll move over to Farah. That'll be better. I don't want to take attrition there. That will delay things, so we'll definitely head over here. Cool. So, I think we wait and do a timing attack when we get our Miltech. That's going to be in December. Hopefully Ajam is still not going to be interested in joining them. They are currently embroiled in this war. -57. Okay, so we gained 5 prestige. That is good. Who are these guys? They're wars Chagatai, Yarkand, and Malwa? Actually, we accept that. Yeah, that's okay. 10 influence, or we lose some ducks. We don't want to lose ducks right now. They can gain some influence. That's okay. I'm not too concerned about their influence levels at this moment. So that seems reasonably fine. We are nearly done reinforcing these armies. But it is going to take a little bit of time. England has bronze cannons. Good job, England. So I'm going to... Do we want to bump our army maintenance to full right now? I mean, no. It's going to be painful. But we do need to expand. I do not want to take additional corruption, but I will if I have to. And I do feel like we have to. We're going to do that right now, but we are going to be able to drop that off quite soon with our religion here. So this is functionally free. So we're going to do that for now. We're going to get these forces reinforced. Moving towards mysticism or 15 towards legalism. Hey, that's what we're looking for. Admin tech cost reduced by 10% as well for a good long time. And plus 2 ducats yearly tax income. That's really solid, actually. We'll happily take that. Now we can use our Muslim piety interaction here, and we can drop our corruption by 2, and essentially we just got 120 free gold, is what that means. Phenomenal. So that's great. We're going to get these forces reinforced. We need 1,600 here. We lost a Conquest CB against Ajam. Okay, they were just broken up a bit. They're not allied with Fars. Of course, we are. So Ajam would join this, but they are significantly weaker at this point. I think that's okay that they would join it. Indeed. I think that's reasonably fine. Oh, we just have a humiliate rival CB. We should probably be doing something about that. Let's build a spy network down over here. For some reason, I thought we had claims on Afghanistan, but no, we do not. So I'm just checking on our number of diplomats right now. It's 2. Okay, that's fine. So we want to get this spy network built. We are going to get our men fully reinforced here. There we go. And now I'm going to cut our army maintenance again down to simply here. I want to be making money for the moment while we're building the spy network. We're going to have to let that make its way back up, but that's okay. 10 diplomatic power and 8.14 ducats. That's acceptable. Okay. So we'll take that for now. Wonderful. And now we get this Miltech. So that's absolutely great. We're going to grab that Miltech. We get cavalry. So a cavalry upgrade here is great. And the Miltech means that we are ready to head in. Afghanistan no longer rivals us, neither does Timurids. Now, we're going to be attacking Afghanistan soon. They are no longer valid rivals for us, obviously. Let's go for Karakoyunlu and Uzbek if we have to get both. And we do. Cool. They already rival us, and they're weaker than us, so that sounds good. So we've got our men reinforced. We're just waiting on the spy network. I should have gotten that started earlier, but I thought that we had claims down here from our missions, but apparently we do not. That's okay. Now, high income definitely does need to happen. It's being worked on. We're not quite there yet, though. So we need our spy network to get up to 20. Since Ajam is out of this war, that doesn't actually matter to us in any meaningful way. So that should be okay. They are Miltech 6, Miltech 4 for Fars, and Afghanistan is Miltech 5. So Ajam is on par with us for Miltech. Fars and Afghanistan, or actually, yeah, Fars is significantly behind us, and Afghanistan is somewhat behind us. So we can seize land right now, and that's actually good. We will definitely do that, grabbing ourselves a little bit more crownland, but we don't get an effect from it just yet. That's okay. 14 on our spy network. Eventually, it'll finish up. We need it to get to 20. So that'll be fine. We're -2 prestige right now, and that's due to uncontested cores. Austria is no longer considered a great power. Really? Okay. Well, have fun with that, Austria. We're not too far away from being a great power. We'll get there. We will absolutely get there. So 17.91 right now. We're losing innovativeness. That's to be expected. And we're going to eventually declare war here. We have no CB on Afghanistan, but that will get fixed. That was their spy network that was discovered by us. Okay, cool. We could call in Hormuz to help us out, but really I don't think we need the help. Okay, 20.45. So we are now going to fabricate a claim here. And I'd like the claim to be on their highest development province. So Jalalabad. There we go. That'll be fine. Next, we're, of course, going to declare war on Afghanistan. We're going to have to take a day. We want to have a CB. Okay. So, there we go. We have no diplomats to send. Yeah, we're going to have to pull this guy back. We should also probably remember to turn up our army maintenance. That would help. Okay. So we're going to declare this war basically now. So Fars and Ajam. Fars will be the dangerous ones, but we can see here their numbers are quite low. So we're going to declare this. Afghanistan has a lot of forts. Okay. We're going to be walking in over here. They're going to be fighting us. I don't think this is going to be a problem for us, even with our morale low, just because of numbers. Yeah, we actually stack wiped that, so that's perfect. And then, of course, Fars is low Miltech. So we should easily be able to win this, in theory. Assuming that Ajam doesn't have forces like right here, which is theoretically possible. But they are low Miltech. This battle will happen on 17 June, so there will be a morale tick between now and then. Sounds good. We're going to fight them here. We're 2 mil techs up. This should be no problem. That said, we do see Ajam coming in here. We should be able to win against them as well because they have half our troop count. So that shouldn't be a problem. Let's get this done, and then we're going to go attack Ajam if they're still there. Yearly prestige plus 0.5. That's great. We'll take that. Absolutely. Okay, so we are going to go attack over here. We see them backing off. And our siege up here in Afghanistan is going to take a while, unfortunately. And these guys are going to come in over here. That's not the biggest of deals, but it is vaguely annoying. We may be able to stack wipe them over here by going over to Moghestan, though. Actually, they are going into Laristan. I'm going to let them lock in. We're going to walk in here and stack wipe them there. We might as well take out 1 unit there. Wow, the Siege of Kabul just ended at 7%. That is remarkable. We're going to head into Jalalabad, which of course is our war goal. We got half a point of war score for stack wiping that 1 unit. Cool. So we're going to head in here. We do know that our treasury is going to be a problem. That's deeply unsurprising. We're going to debase here. It's not great, but we'll do it. We are deficit spending in the early game to create ourselves advantages. They're going into Darab. We absolutely go fight them here. We outnumber them 2-1. Similar Miltech. Yeah, I like it. So we've occupied here. And at this point, we could go here, then here, but this would probably auto-cap back. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 6 units here. They're going to go get started on a siege there, and then we're going to go come take this. Phenomenal. So we do see Fars on their way over. Now they're heading into Fasa. Can we go there? We can. Okay, we're going to let them lock in. And now we're going to go fight them in Fasa. That'll be fine. So we're capping this back. We're capping down here, although this is requiring 6, right? Ooh, we just had a succession. Awkward timing. But I don't think we need to be at 1 stability right now. That does mean we're not getting any corruption changes, but that is certainly awkward. Okay, I'm going to send 1 additional unit of Muslim dual infantry out over this way. Cool. And then these guys, they're going to head down to Ghazni for now. Excellent. So we're at 33% war score right now. We do see them running around up over here. It's not the biggest of deals. I want to go take over Shiraz. Out of curiosity. This is very much hypothetical. But out of curiosity, if we were to separate piece Ajam, we can't make them our vassal. Can we do that with Fars? No. Both of those would require huge amounts of war score. So in both cases, that's not possible. We could make Afghanistan our vassal. But I'd rather just take over Afghanistan. So I think that's fine. We have taken some losses up over here, so we are, of course, reinforcing our forces, which is expensive. They'll learn to love me in time. We also just lost our general over here. It's unfortunate. We're going to have to send a unit to go collect a new general. Okay, these guys can group together for the time being. And this unit is going to collect a new general and then bring it on in over here. Cool. We couldn't do that the other way because that was, of course... Hang on. Are we at war with Baluchistan? I don't think so. No. Okay, we couldn't do it the other way because we were in hostile territory there, and we can't change our general whilst in hostile territory. So that's absolutely fine. How many do we need to reinforce? Okay, quite a lot. Gaining 25 admin power but losing 10 prestige I think is worthwhile here. I absolutely do want the admin power. And that does allow us to get admin tech 6, which would be great. We are ahead of time, or actually we're not ahead of time. We haven't embraced Renaissance. Right. Yeah, we'll definitely do that though. Workshop, Farm Estate, Ramparts, all of those are good. Well, maybe not Ramparts, but the others are good. Phenomenal. So we need to get this capped down over here. We need to get Afghanistan under control. So we're just sieging right now. They're going to take back some of these areas with their little stacks that they've got. It's okay. We just need to get these sieges completed. I'm keeping this army together because we don't know where their overall forces are. We do know these guys are up here, being rude. Georgia restored order. Good job, Georgia. Okay, we're at 7 and 28% out over here in Afghanistan. So that sounds good. The question is, do we want to continue to do corruption, or do we want to start transitioning over towards loans? We're at 25 corruption right now. I feel like loans are probably better for us at this point. Okay, so we just finished up both of our sieges in Afghanistan. That is perfect. We're going to group up these forces here, and then we're going to go stop their siege on our capital, which they're actually making really good progress on. But we're going to head on up there. And we finished our siege here. So if we were to separate piece Fars, and yeah, we took a loan there, that was expected. If we were to separate piece Fars, this is a lot of AE down this way. So this would just be Timurids. I don't think we care about Timurids. We could do something like this, but a lot of people would be very angry about that. So I think something kind of like this to just get us down to the sea. Which Fars would currently accept this. Done. Can we get any gold? We can get 15 gold as well. Okay, so that looks good. Now we're going to head up this direction. So we find ourselves at 68% war score. Beautiful. Oh, these guys are black flagged? That's awkward. I guess it would be. And these guys finished their siege in Samarkand. That's very rude. Well, we'll take that back. No problem. And does anyone have a way to get to Ajam? The answer is no. So we would need to negotiate passage here, which we can get easily enough. Phenomenal. And then we're going to head into Ajam. We do need to get our capital back, of course. That would be a useful thing to do. And then these guys can probably just stay there. France entered a golden era. Okay, have fun with that, France. We do, of course, have coring to do. And we want to get that started. We can't core these because this is in a line and we have to have an adjacent core. So we're going to have to slowly core our way through. But that is expected. Of course, we can't really take anything from Ajam because we have no borders, right? So the question is, what do we actually want from them? War reparations? Maybe some gold? That would probably be decent. Help us offset our interest costs. Yeah, not too bad. So we're just going to push on in here. They have no real chance against us. So the siege of Samarkand is now over. Beautiful. And we've occupied Isfahan. We're going to head on into Qom up this direction. We just want to get out of this war basically as soon as possible. Why can we core these now? Hang on. We shouldn't be able to core these. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. We couldn't before, though. Like, moments ago. We'll get started on the coring. It's good to be able to get started on it, but I don't know. That's very strange. Okay. We could definitely summon over here and set an agenda. What do we want? Base tax of at least 5, prestige of at least 30, corruption less than 10% would be great. I mean, that feels a really long ways off. It does. I'm going to take it, though. Okay, we're going to go attack Qom. We need to get out of this war as soon as possible, right? So, Afghanistan is offering us peace. We're at 92% right now. Hypothetically, versus Ajam, they would give us war reparations. They would not give us any additional gold. We need to end this war. We need to end the war before we take another loan. I think just getting war reparations here is good enough. So we'll send this demand. We're going to get some war reparations, so 10% of their income. That's not going to be much. And we can send these guys over to, say, Farah. That'll be fine. Now, of course, we can take whatever we want out of Afghanistan. So something like this. Who all's angry about it? Timuriz, Baluchistan, Sistan, Delhi a little bit, and Kerman. Okay. Delhi is potentially a problem there. They would not offer an alliance, or accept an alliance right now because we're at war. Okay, we could maybe royal marry them, though. And yes, we do have too many diplomatic relations. At this point, we can go over to Yazd, and we can cancel our military access, but we have no diplomats to send right now. We have to wait for our diplomats to come back. And they are back now. So we go over to Yazd, we cancel our military access. There we go. And now we do this, and Delhi is no longer going to be in this coalition. Everyone else we don't really care about. So that seems good. Can we get any ducks out of this? Yes, we can. 135. Consider it done. Okay, so that is all taken over by us. For the time being, I'm going to mothball these forts. We are not going to demolish them, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. We're going to drop our army maintenance, although I'm going to keep it at 1 tick just so that we have some amount of reinforcement. Currently 0 troops per month, but I think that's because we are taking attrition down over here, which makes sense. So at this point, we can repay all of our loans, which we'll happily do, and then we can work towards rooting out corruption, a decent amount here. Targeting that 0.5 number again. And of course we need to core. So we've got some overextension going on, and we need a lot of admin power to get this all cored, but we're going to get started on that. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to recover a bit from these wars and continue our expansion. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.